In a move that may not go over well with a bunch of gamers, EA has shut down Visceral Games, one of EA's few single-player, story-driven narrative studios. And guess what? It really sucks. What up, everybody? It's your boy Gaming Forte, back at it with another video. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you like the content. It really helps out the channel a lot. Now, Visceral Studios is being shut down by EA. Visceral Games, the creator of the Dead Space franchise, 1 and 2 was amazing. 3, I felt like EA got a little bit of a hold of it with the whole microtransactions and co-op and all the stuff that they wanted to throw into the game that even Visceral didn't want in the game. But EA has been on this power trip to have monetization across most of their games ever since like 2013, 2014. So the fact that they're closing Visceral, it sucks. They also had a hand in the Battlefield Hardline. That was actually another really good single player game. It wasn't as popular as the other Battlefields because it was spinned off. It was cops and robbers. It came out in the middle of Battlefield 4 and Star Wars Battlefront, so it really didn't have anywhere to like grasp onto a player base. But the single player was actually pretty good in that game, and I actually enjoyed it. But I really think a lot of people are going to miss Dead Space. Dead Space 1 and 2, like I said earlier, were one of the best. I never finished 3 because I just didn't like the whole co-op aspect feel of it. I may go back and just play it just because of now, but Dead Space 1 was amazing. Dead Space 2 was, it was just crazy with just the way that the game played out. I really enjoyed that too. But overall, this is sad for most gamers because no one really wants to see a studio close. And then Visceral had a Star Wars game that was in development that we're going to talk about in a later video because there's a lot of ins and outs to how that is actually breaking up too. But this is something that a lot of people should expect because games are very, very expensive to make. And even though I do feel like EA is the cause that Dead Space 3 didn't do as good as it could have done, it's still the fact that if they don't see any tangible benefits to the company being around, then they're going to do something like this and get rid of that company. I don't agree with it, but I do understand it. But overall, I feel like EA has done a lot of moves like this. They closed Maximus back in the day, which is the creator of SimCity. They also closed BioWare Montreal after they finished their development on Mass Effect Andromeda, and that was another game that had some trouble when it came to just the overall development of the game. It's just a lot of different things that EA is tied up into, and like I said earlier, game development is not easy, but to lose franchises like Dead Space, like Mass Effect, we don't even know if those are even going to get picked up by other entities in their studio house. We don't know if there's going to be another Mass Effect. We don't know if there's going to be a Dead Space 4. Some people really would like to see the continuation of a lot of those stories, and when they close a studio like this, you really never know if that's ever going to happen. I mean, we've been waiting for another Dante's Inferno, which is another game that Visceral made, for a while. That game has a cult following, and it wasn't the greatest game, but it was something that was very fun to play, and a lot of people really enjoyed that game. And I bet a lot of people didn't even know that Visceral made that game unless you actually go into the Wikipedia page and look at it. And like, as of right now, you see on the screen, these are all the games that they actually made. Like I said, there's not a lot of great games on this list, but there's some notable ones like Godfather, Godfather 2. They made the in-game DLC for Battlefield 3. So they tinkered in a lot of DLCs. They made some sim stuff. So this studio had a lot of talent, and it was being moved around to help in different areas of their development with their team. And right now, it doesn't look like they're doing anything. EA did say in a press release that they are trying to move some of these employees to other teams where needed, but that doesn't mean that the whole development team is going to find a job. And like I said, we'll talk about the Star Wars game later, but what's going to happen with that? But in closing, guys, what do you think? Which one of the Dead Space games was your favorite game if you played any of them? And do you think that EA was in the right or wrong to shut down this studio? Let's talk about that in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video. Sub to the channel if you haven't. Like this video if you like the content. It really helps out the channel a lot. Turn on those notifications. Gonna let you know the next time my videos go live. It's your boy Gaming Forte. You guys have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.